Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesa Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavatir Naishtake. Hare Krishna. Some metallic sound coming. Can I adjust? Bass. Calling. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, entitled The Summum Bonum, Chapter 47, The Song of the Bee, Text 16 and 17. I will read the text 16, then we will recite together text 17. Sanjay, adjust karo. Text 16. Visirjasi rasi padam vedyam aham chatukarair anunaya vidudaste Yatye dhautyair mukundad swakrataiga vishrita patyapatanya loka vyasasrijatta krita cheta kimnu sandeyam asmin. Translation: Keep your head off my feet. I know what you are doing. You expertly learned diplomacy from Mukunda, and now you come as his messenger with flattering words. But he abandoned those who for his sake alone gave up their children, husbands, and all other relations. He is simply ungrateful. Why should I make up with him now? Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, this verse illustrates the qualities of Sanjalpa as described by Srila Rupa Goswami in the following verse of his Ujjvala Neelamani, 14.190. Just kiya. Kala Charan Prabhu is doing multiple roles. See, echo is coming. Solluntaya gahanaya kayapi akshepa mudraya tasya kritagyata duktai sanjalpa katito buddhahi. The learned describe Sanjalpa as that speech which decries with deep irony and insulting gestures of the beloved's ungratefulness and so on. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti points out that the word Adi and so on implies the perception in one's lover of hard-heartedness, of an inimical attitude, and of a complete lack of love. Text 17. Mrigayuhu Iva Kapi Indram Vivyade Labdha Dharma Striyam akrita virupam stri jitaha kamayanam balim api balim atva avestayat dvangshavat yaha tat alam asita sakyahai dustajaha tat kata attaha mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma striyam akrita virupam srijita kamayanam striyam akrita virupam srijita kamayanam balimapi balim matva veshtayadvangshavadhyas balimapi balim matva veshtayadvangshavadhyas tadalam asita shakyai dustyajastas katartaha tadalam asita shakyai dustyajastat katartaha mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma striyam akrita virupam srijita kamayanam balimapi balim matva veshtayadvankshayadvas tadalam asita shakyai dustyajastas katartaha mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma striyam akrita virupam srijita kamayanam balimapi balim matva veshtayadvangshavadhyas tadalam asita sakyai dustayajastat katartaha mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma striyam akrita virupam srijita kamayanam balimapi balim matva veshtayadvangshavadhya tadalam asita shakyai dustayajastat katartaha tadalam asita sakyai dustayajastat mrgayuriva kapindram vivyade labdha dharma Sriyamakrita Virupam Srijita Rama. Nilanatva Nishtayadvansha Vadhyas. Tadalam Asita Sakta Dishtaya. Matajis, what word meaning? Mrigayu, a hunter, Eva, like, Kapi of the monkeys, Indram, the king, Vivyade, shot, Labda Dharma, behaving like a cruel hunter, Striyam, a woman, namely Surpanaka, Akrita, maid, Virupam, disfigured, Stri, by a woman, Sita Devi, Jitaha, conquered, Kamayanam, who was impelled by lusty desire, Balim, King Bali, Api, also, Balim is tribute, Atva, consuming, Aveshtayat, bound up, Dvangshavat, just like a crow, Yaha, who, Tat, therefore, Alam, enough, Asita, with black Krishna, Sakyahai, of all kinds of friendship, Dustyajaha, impossible to give up, Tat, about him, Kata, of the topics, Artaha, the elaboration. Translation: like a hunter, he cruelly shot the king of the monkeys with arrows. Because he was conquered by a woman, he disfigured another woman who came to him with lusty desires. And even after consuming the gifts of Bali Maharaj, he bound him up with ropes as if he were a crow. So, let us give up all friendship with this dark-complexioned boy, even if we can't give up talking about him. Purport: in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada explains the meaning of this verse as follows. Srimati Radharani said to the bee, "You poor messenger, you are only a less intelligent servant. You do not know much about Krishna. How ungrateful and hard-hearted he has been, not only in this life, but in his previous lives also. We have heard this from our grandmother, Purnamasi. She has informed us that Krishna was born in a Kshatriya family previous to this birth and was known as Ramachandra. In that birth, instead of killing Vali, an enemy of his friend, in a manner of a Kshatriya, he killed him just like an hunter. SriSriRadhaRasbihari ki, Sri Sitaram Lakshmanaman ki, Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki." Sanjay. A hunter takes a secure hiding place and then kills an animal without facing it. So Lord Ramachandra, as a Kshatriya, should have fought with Vali face to face. But instigated by his friend, he killed him from behind a tree. Thus, he deviated from the religious principles of a Kshatriya. Also, he was so attracted by the beauty of Sita that he converted Surpanaka, the sister of Ravana, into an ugly woman by cutting off her nose and ears. Surpanaka proposed an intimate relationship with him, and as a Kshatriya, he should have satisfied her. But he was so henpecked that he could not forget Sita Devi and converted Surpanaka into an ugly woman. Before that birth, as a Kshatriya, he took birth as a Brahmana, boy known as Vamanadev, and asked charity from Bali Maharaj. Bali was so magnanimous that he gave him whatever he had. Yet Krishna, as Vamanadev, ungratefully arrested him like a crow and pushed him down to Patal kingdom. We know him all about Krishna and how ungrateful he is. But here is the difficulty. In spite of being so cruel and hard-hearted, it is very difficult for us to give up talking about him. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti points out that the speech of Radharani's is called Avajalpa, as described by Rupa Goswami in the following verse from the Ujjvala Neelamani, 14.192. Harau katinya kamitva dautyada shaktiya yogyata yatra sheshya biye okta sova jalpa satam mataha. Saintly persons have concluded that when a lover, impelled by jealousy and fear, declares that Lord Hare is unworthy of her attachment because of his harshness, lustiness, and dishonesty, such speech is called avajalpa. Om ajnanatimirandasya jnananjanasalakaya sakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Sri Gurum dinatarinam paramananda madhavam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastachade Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. In this section, we are reading Brahmara Gita, Srimati Radharani speaking to Bumblebee. In the previous verse, 16, Srimati Radharani is talking about diplomacy of Bumblebee, which supposed to have learned from Lord Krishna. Diplomacy is very much required for a Kshatriya, administration. Brahmana is not very diplomatic. Truthfulness is important characteristic of a Brahmana. Brahmana will be always truthful under all circumstances. Even if the enemy comes and asks, he will be very truthful to the enemy also. What to speak of otherwise? Diplomacy means you have something in your mind, but you speak something else. Diplomatic relation. India and Pakistan, diplomatically they are talking. Inside they have something else. Outwardly, we'll do this, we'll do that. Kshatriya, administration, diplomacy is required because he has to do administration. So, Krishna is one of the greatest diplomats. Krishna is greatest in all aspects, by the way, even in diplomacy. So he went as a diplomat, Santi Dhoot, to Duryodhana, Kauravas, because there was, indecisiveness, how to go forward. Kauravas were not willing to give the half kingdom that they are supposed to give. Pandavas have completed their exile, Ajnanavas, everything is over. Still they said, no, we are not giving. So Krishna said, okay, let me go, Shanti Dhoot. Diplomatic relation. In diplomacy, it is stated that according to scriptures, you have different levels of dealing with the person. Sama, Dana, and Bheda, and Danda. These are the 4 aspects of diplomacy. In Sama, you try to pacify the person, but easiest thing, pacify the person. So Krishna went and pacified Duryodhana. Hare bhai, you are all same family, Kaurava dynasty, Kuru dynasty only, and these are all brothers only. Together, why don't you live? Just live nicely. Accept, let Dhritarashtra rule only. They will accept your authority. Live together. Duryodhana, no. First attempt failed. No, we will not do that. It's ours, we will rule. Then comes Dana, giving up. He said, ठीक है भाई, जो चाहिए ले लो. By the way, the emperor of Hastinapur was the emperor of the whole world. Whole world. He said, whole world you are emperor. Why don't you give 5 provinces? 5 provinces means small states. 5 villages means giving all the thing minus 5 villages. That means dana. Take all these things. Just give 5 villages? No. Not even a little bit of land which can be contained in the tip of a needle. What is that? Nothing. 0. As good as 0. Failed. Dana also failed. Then Veda. Veda means dividing. Divide and rule. British are expert in that. Divide and rule. He said, this whole problem is Duryodhana. He told in the whole assembly, this whole problem is this person. He is very adamant. He is so adamant that he wants to become the emperor because he is adamant, not reconciling at all. Dhritarashtra, you should get rid of him. Veda. Very much, Vidura was very much in favor of it, getting rid of it. Because from the very birth he was telling to Dhritarashtra that you get rid of this fellow. This is a thorn in the family. He will destroy the family. So Krishna said, get rid of him. He should be divide, Veda. That also, Dhritarashtra was so attached, he can't do that. Then Danda, punishment. If this is the case, Mahabharata. Kurukshetra is the deciding field. Let us decide there. Danda, punishment. So in this way, Lord Krishna is a supreme diplomat. He used all these things. Mahabharata, sometimes people say, why Krishna encouraged war? They didn't know that. He was a Shanti Dhoot actually. He wanted to avoid the war. He went all the way. He was begging Duryodhana, do this. He was not willing. So Krishna said, no, if under all these circumstances, this is the war. So, Srimati Radharani, she is accusing the bumblebee, don't be diplomatic with me because your master is a diplomat, so you will be like master, like servant also. So don't do all this diplomacy, I am not interested. Don't come near me. Why? Because your master is so ungrateful. He is explaining how Lord Krishna on the Purnima day of Saras season, in the night, mid of the night, he started playing the flute on the banks of Yamuna, which was an invitation for all the gopis to come. So, all these gopis, they were doing different activities at home. Some were milking the cows, some were, they had, babies. They were feeding the babies. Some were cooking, some were serving the husbands. So like this, different household activity they were engaged in. As soon as Krishna's flute sound is heard, they actually wanted to go to Krishna. The relatives were trying to stop them, husband and relatives. They could not be stopped. So, all these gopis, they came to Krishna on the banks of Yamuna. And Krishna smilingly asked, oh, thin-waisted ladies, this is mid of the night. This forest is infested with ferocious animals. Why did you come? The Stri Dharma is to serve the husbands and the family. Please go back. You call somebody, he comes and then say, why you came, Why you called? No, I didn't call. I was only playing the flute. But this playing the flute sound is the invitation. Krishna doesn't have to call by words. By means of sound vibration on the flute only, it is an invitation which actually vibrates on the heart and it attracts the person to come. They came actually. So, the gopi said, no, we are not going back. Refused to go back. Then he said, okay. Then Ras Leela started. And they were dancing. And Krishna disappeared again. And they were going around to find in separation. Gopi Gita, everything. And then again he appears and fulfills their desire. Then Akrura comes and takes him to Mathura. Then he tells everyone that I will come back. He didn't come back. He didn't come back at all. Instead of coming back, he sent you, Bumblebee, your friend of cheater. He has cheated us. And he is so ungrateful. We have given everything for him. And he is indifferent. He doesn't bother about us. They are telling. So, this talking about ungratefulness of a lover in accusing him is classified as sanjalpa in the scriptures. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes Srila Rupa Goswami in Ujjvala Nilamani described as sanjalpa. So in the present verse that we read, Srimati Radharani is discussing about Lord Krishna's previous lifetime. Not only now he is like this. Previous lifetime he is like that only actually. A DNA mein hai, it continues. It's coming like that only. Not something new actually. He is like that only in his different appearances. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada's explanation from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is quoted. So the first one is that the ungratefulness and hard-heartedness in the previous lives. How do they know but? So it is stated that they didn't know on their own. They were told by Purnamasi, the grandmother. Purnamasi said, this person, previous life he was like that. Previous to that he was like that. So they heard from people. Reliable source. It must be true. Why they will lie? So now he is in the community of Vaishyas. Previously he was born as Kshatriya, as Lord Ramachandra. So when he was playing the role of Ramachandra, he killed Vali by hiding behind a tree or bush. He didn't directly fight with him. He didn't face him. But there was a fight going on between Sugriva and Vali. The whole story is Ramayana. So, Lord Ramachandra, in his search to find Mother Sita, he made an alliance with Sugriva on the advice of Gandharva Kabandha. So, Sugriva was on exile, he was out of the kingdom. Vali threw him out because Vali and Sugriva were brothers. And Vali, when he was having a fight with one Mayavi, he went into the cave and there was a fight going on. And Vali told Sugriva, you wait at the cave, entrance of the cave, I will finish him and let us not both go inside. And he waited for 1 year. Vali didn't come, no sound of Vali also. So much sound of this Mayavi. Mayavi means illusory, one who can create illusion. Maya. Sugriva thought maybe Mayavi killed this Vali and blood was coming out from the cave. Maybe let this Mayavi not escape. He closed the entrance of the cave with a boulder and he came back. And the ministers throned him, coronated him as the king of Kishkinda. Whereas Vali was not dead. Vali was very powerful. Vali had a boon from Brahma that whomever he fights face to face, he will get half of his strength, 50%. 50% उनका मिल गया. Then अपना strength भी है ना, कुछ तो होगा. Even if it is whatever it is, even if it is 1%, 51 हो जाएगा तो ज़्यादा ही है ना. So in that way, nobody can actually defeat him. Unchallengeable, very powerful. In fact, Vali killed this Mayavi. When he came to the entrance, he saw it is closed. But he was so powerful, he broke it open and came. When he came to Kishkinda, he saw Sugriva is sitting on the throne. Then he threw him out, get lost. So, in this way, Sugriva was an exile. Where to go? Anywhere he goes, he will go and beat him. But there is only one place known as Rishayamukha, where previously when Vali was fighting with a buffalo demon, he killed a buffalo demon and he threw him. And when he threw the demon, the blood from this demon fell on the ashram of this Matanga Muni. That Muni cursed him. In this 4 miles radius, if this person, whoever did this comes, he will become stone. Vali avoided this 4 radius place in this entire universe. Other than that, he will go anywhere. So Sugriva thought this is the place to stay because he will not come and destroy. So Lord Krishna made an alliance with Sugriva. Sugriva said, unless I get the kingdom, how can I help you? I will help you to find. But then I am already poor guy, he's sitting here. I cannot even go outside this actually. Vali anytime may come and attack me. What to do? Vali has to be killed. Lord Ramchandra said, okay, go and pick up a fight with him, I will take care of him. Are you sure? Sure. First round. They were fighting both and they are looking at, sometimes what happens, amongst monkey, they can understand who is what. Like Chinese, If you see, everyone looks like, We can't differentiate who is this, who is that. Same thing applicable to Chinese for the Indian, by the way. हमको ऐसा नहीं लगता है. But उनको लगता है कि सब एक ही लग रहा है करके. So for monkeys, among them they will distinguish. Cows, among cows, they know cow gives birth to a calf, Actually the mother cow knows which calf is her calf. There may be all looking alike. And calf also knows which is the calf's mother. They know very well. As far as it looks like all are like cows, all are like calf. No, they are distinguished. So for Ramachandra, who is playing the role of a ordinary human being, Maryada Purushottam, you can't distinguish. They don't know. They are looking alike. Then he didn't shoot Vali. And Sugriva was almost defeated. He ran away, again came back. He said, Hare, what is this? You told me to pick a fight and I went and no, you didn't do it. Hare bhai, I can't distinguish between you two, you are looking alike. Again go on, wait a minute, ek baar ho gaya, वापस क्या? नहीं, this time take it for granted. Put a garland on him, चलो ये पहन के रहो, इसको निकालना नहीं है. Then I know that this is Sugriva. Next day, again picked up a fight. Lord Ramachandra shot an arrow by not facing Vali, by hiding. This is in for a Kshatriya, one has to face. Face to face you can defeat the enemy, not by hiding. That is not the Yuddha Dharma for a Kshatriya. So, Vali was fatally injured, fell down, and he was speaking to Ramchandra, why did he do this? I didn't come to attack you. Monkey is questioning Ramchandra, by the way. Monkey is questioning, why did you shoot me? This is, I heard Ramachandra means supremely righteous, very religious person, emblem of morality, ethics, all kinds of things. This is not ethical. How did you do that? Monkey is questioning. So, Ramachandra replied, King Bharata, Emperor Bharata, Bharata is sitting in Ayodhya. We are representative of Bharata. We are royal order, Surya Vamsi. We are supposed to actually promote virtue and punish the sinful, wicked. And you are talking like you are righteous, you are wicked. The younger brother is supposed to be considered like a son, but whereas you threw him. There was a mistake of identity, so he came back thinking that you are dead. But when Vali came, immediately Sugriva said that you occupy the throne, I will serve you. He didn't say that I am the king, you get lost. No, he said, no, you sit. But he didn't accept, get lost. Threw him out. That is not right. And Sugriva's wife, he actually cohabited with him, with Vali. Vali cohabited with Sugriva's wife. That is not allowed. So, Lord Ramachandra said, death is the punishment. Death is the punishment according to Niti Shastra for a person who actually cohabits with the younger brother's wife. Niti Shastra. So you cohabited with Sugriva's wife, so you are to be punished. The king is supposed to give the punishment. Raja, unka kam, he is a supreme justice, he is the chief justice. People can go to the king for the justice. And king has to give justice to the person who is aggrieved. If the king does not give justice, he will be implicated. Administrator, king, is not a position of knowing that I am holding such a big position. It comes with the responsibility. If a person is sinful, a person is wicked, he has to be punished. That is the duty of the king. If the person is wicked, you know about it, you don't punish him, you will be punished. So he said, I am representative of Bharat, I am a Kshatriya, I know that you are wicked, death is the penalty, I shot an arrow at you. Then, okay, you can shoot an arrow, that's fine, but then why, you are hiding and doing, that is not inappropriate. Kshatriya goes for hunting, so when he is hunting, you are animal. Don't climb equal footing with the human being. Animal can be killed like that. You are an animal. I am a Kshatriya, I am a human. I can do that. That is allowed. A Kshatriya is allowed to kill an animal by hiding, by the way. So I am not, no crossing. If another person is a human being, Kshatriya, then you will have to face to face. You are not a human being, you are animal. So animal killing is not a problem. So in this way, even though externally it will look like Ramachandra did something not according to the rules of the warfare, it is justified by Lord Ramachandra himself. So here, Srimati Radharani is mentioning about how in the form of Ramachandra, Lord Krishna killed Vali inappropriately. But actually it was appropriate. Then Srimati Radharani is talking about how Surpanaka was disfigured. Surpanaka came to Panchavati, attracted by the beauty of Lord Ramachandra. She assumed a very beautiful form and she said, proposed, you accept me as your consort. A Kshatriya actually can accept more than one wife. It's allowed. It's allowed. But Lord Ramachandra took a vow of Ekapatni Vrata. Only one wife I will accept. So, Lord Ramachandra did not want to accept the proposal of Surpanaka. He said, actually I am already married. If I marry you, so you will have one co-wife in the form of Sita. So, managing with co-wife will be difficult for you. And jokingly Lord Ramachandra said, but I have my brother, he is not married, by the way. He is also handsome. So why don't you propose to him? You just want a husband, you are not very specific. You want a husband, mera chota bhai. She was innocent. Her mind is not fixed, by the way. She didn't say that, no, I want you only. She said, ठीक है चलता है, ये भी चलेगा, वो भी चलेगा. She went to Lakshman. Lakshman could understand Ramachandra's mood, but also he could understand his foolish woman. So Lakshman said, actually, I am in the forest to serve Ramachandra. I am servant. Right? I am serving Ramachandra and his wife Sita. So you get married to me, you are servant's wife and you have to also do service. To whom you have to serve? You have to serve Sita. So why you want to become like servant? Ramachandra is joking with you. You go back to him only. It is better to be co-wife than be a servant of the woman. Kya hai? Equal, co-wife means equal stature. Eh? Servant means, stature hi hai nahi. Sita, this is also right. So Lord Ramachandra was not accepting the proposal. Then she thought, because of this Sita only I am not getting my desire fulfilled. So Sita ko khatam karna hai. So she wanted to devour actually Sita. Then immediately Ramachandra, line cross ho gaya, isko theek karo. So Lakshman cut off her nose and ears in Nasik, Panchavati. Cut off, disfigured. Bleeding, she ran away. So here, Srimati Radharani is telling, a woman coming to a man and proposing, and you punish her like this? Kya hai? She is taking the woman's side. Women, this is women's party. So how you punish like this? So, here an interesting thing is that the punishment to Surpanaka was given simply to save Sita, who is an expansion of Radharani, by the way. Sita is what? Radharani is the source of all the Lakshmis, including Sita. Radharani is the source. So, Ramachandra actually punished Surpanaka in favor of Radharani in the form of Sita. So, but still, Radharani wanted to accuse Krishna. Why did he punish? He's a hard-hearted person, externally. And then, Srimati Radharani discusses about Lord Krishna's appearance as Brahmana boy, Vaman, the previously Kshatriya, uska pahila Brahmana. So it is like from Brahmana, Kshatriya, now Vaishya ban gaya. Bali Maharaj picked up fight with the demigods and he was badly defeated. Sukracharya, his guru, saved him by Sanjeevani. He revived. He is almost dead. He revived him. And then he performed Visvajit Yajna. By means of it, he became so powerful. And then again Bali Maharaj went to the heaven and Brihaspati, the guru of the demigod, said, he is having the full power of support of Brahmana. You cannot defeat Kalikardo. All the demigods, Indra vacated the place. Bali Maharaj occupied the heavenly kingdom. But then you can't be Indra without performing 100 Ashwamedha Yajnas. So Shukracharya said, do Ashwamedha Yajnas. Shukracharya advised him to perform Ashwamedha Yajna. In the meantime, Aditi, mother of the demigods, very upset. All her sons became jobless. So naukri se nikal diya, lay off kar diya. Obviously mother was very upset. Her husband, Prajapati Kashyap, advised her to perform Payovrata Yajna. After performing Payovrata Yajna, the Lord himself appeared and he agreed to become her son, Vamanadev. So, Vamanadev went to the place known as Bhrugukacha on the banks of Narmada, where Bali Maharaj was performing his Ashwamedha Yajna under Sukracharya. This Bhrugukacha is nothing but Bharuch. Bharuch hai na? Bharuch is Bhrugukacha on the banks of Narmada. So Vamanadev appeared as a very dwarf, very attractive, brilliant, like millions of suns appearing, very attractive. Everybody stood up. Extraordinary person, very short, very beautiful and very brilliant. And holding kamandalu and chatti and umbrella and came. And Kshatriya's duty is to actually, when a Brahmana comes, he has to receive him, offer him a nice place, worship him. So Bali Maharaj washed his lotus feet and took the water and drank the water, took it on the head. And then he wanted to please him by giving charity. Charity has to be given also. Please, ask whatever you want. I am performing Ashwamedha Yajna, so you have come to this Yajna. Yajna cannot be completed without giving charity to a Brahmana. Please ask whatever you want. So, Vamanadev said, I want in charity from you 3 paces of land. Only 3. Bas, I am Brahmana, satisfied with whatever small thing I need. I need only 3 paces. Shukracharya, 3, what is it? You are so small. Itna chota hai pair. 3 paces ka itna bhi nahi hoga. I am so big. I am having the heavenly kingdom. What is this? Ask more. He said, no, I am happy. Shukracharya, no, ruko. This person is Vishnu. उनका सामने ही बोल रहा है. He will take everything. He doesn't need 3 actually. See, this is the Brahmanas, they were very intelligent. They know what is happening. He doesn't need 3, Baba. You refuse. Withdraw. Because Shastra also says, under circumstances when you are in danger, when you are joking, when you are acting in the welfare of others, you can actually decline your promise also. Shastra. Shastra is variegated. You have scope for everything in Shastra. But at the end of the day, you have to know what is your goal and what you are expected to do. There is a scope. He could have declined it. According to Shastra, it would not be wrong. But then he said, what is this? I am coming in the dynasty of Prahlad. And what will people say about it? This young brahmachari, if he has to take everything, if he is anyway going to take, if he is Vishnu, let him take, let him give it, and that way I will be known. So, he said, okay, take it. And Vamanadev, occupied with 1 feet, entire lower planetary system, he expanded. With second step, he occupied the entire higher planetary system. Everything was occupied in the Vishwarupa form. No space left. Vamanadev, in the form of Trivikrama, asked, where is the space for third step? You said, no. Kahan hai? Sab le liya. So because he has not fulfilled the promise, punishment has to be given. Garuda was called. Garuda immediately brought the rope of Varuna and bound him. Bound. Like Radharani is telling, like a crow. A crow, crow is an insignificant bird. The crow is bound like that. He bound him and punished him that because you did not fulfill, you are not supposed to be here. Go to lower planetary system, Sutala, and you be there. So Radharani is telling, Hare, you went and asked in a very cunning way 3 paces, and you occupied 2 paces everything. And then he said, Bali Maharaj said, 3rd pace, I don't have anything, you put it on my head at least. Even though head is also occupied, by the way, still, some solace, some space is there for 3rd step. If you occupy the whole universe, your head is also occupied, You are not outside the thing. You are inside the universe, everything is occupied. Still, he has Atma Nivedanam, gave himself. Everything he gave, put on my head. How did you punish him like the Radharani's question? How did you punish him like a crow, bound him by the rope of Varuna? You are very, very bad person. You punished him. So, in this way, Srimati Radharani is talking. And one thing interesting here is that even though you are very hard-hearted, even though your master, she is actually talking to the bumblebee, even though your master is hard-hearted, very cruel person, ungrateful person, then question can be asked, why you are talking about him? No, we cannot give up talking about him. On one hand, they are very unhappy, expressing that they are unhappy. On another hand, they cannot stop talking only. They want to talk again and again. That is the internal mood of attachment to Krishna. Internally, they are attached. Externally, because of mood of separation, they exhibit the external feature of anger. So, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that this is Avajal. In this verse, Avajalpa is described by Rupa Goswami in Ujjvala Nilamani, that jealousy and fear and one declares the lover, Lord Krishna, is unworthy of attachment, though they are very attached, expressing about the harshness, lusty and dishonesty, harshness in dealing with Vali, lusty in dealing with Surpanaka, and dishonesty in dealing with Bali Maharaj. So these 3 qualities Srimati Radharani is describing and telling that Lord Krishna is unworthy of friendship. So, like bumblebee is being discussed in this portion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was performing his pastime in Puri, especially the concluding parts, Antya Leela, once Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the full moon day of Vaishak month, in the Jagannath Vallabha garden. So nice breeze. It's like, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw the garden, it appeared like it's a Vrindavan. Already thought it's Vrindavan. Nice breeze, cool, fragrance was coming. And the devotees, Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar Goswami, they started reciting the Gita Govinda verse. Intimate pastimes of Lord Krishna and Radha. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing. When he was dancing, he saw in front of a Ashoka tree, Lord Krishna was standing. So he thought, oh, Krishna is here. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to embrace Krishna. Krishna is there. And from Krishna's body, very sweet fragrance comes. Very sweet fragrance. Very special fragrance. So that fragrance was filling. And he went to embrace Lord Krishna. And Krishna disappeared. Again, Krishna appears and gives some pleasure, and when you want to have more, it disappears. What is this? Ungrateful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell unconscious. And the garden was filled with this fragrance. Even though Krishna is not to be seen, Krishna's fragrance is filled. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like a bumblebee, usually, when fragrance comes, the fragrance is coming. So wherever fragrance is coming, the bee is going and sitting. Along with the fragrance, nectar is also there. Those flowers which does not have fragrance, they won't have nectar also. Honey nahi milega. Kagaj phool hota hai na. You won't find any bumblebee sitting there. Fragrance nahi hai, honey bhi nahi hai. The more fragrance, the more nectar. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was described that like a bumblebee going from one place to another place. He is going near, looking, thinking that Krishna is there. He is not there. Moving around and around like a bumblebee. So, it is stated that when a person exhibits such kind of behavior, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you can't apply the logic of the material world. It is beyond logic. Divyon Mada, like a madman. Madman, you cannot apply logic, right? Madman means real mad. Crazy person, no? He will talk irrelevant things and then you cannot say that why you talk like this. He's a madman, no? That is material madness. But in the same way, Divyon Mada, Unmada is madness. Transcendental madness also you cannot apply logic. But that is a transcendental logic you will apply. Whereas normal material madness, no logic you will apply. Transcendental madness, you have to transcend this logic, then that logic you will apply. So in this way, the question can be asked, why sometimes the gopis, Srimati Radharani, feel the separation and then sometimes she is enjoying the association also. So it is nicely explained by His Holiness Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj that like boiling the milk. Suppose if you have a full pot of milk, full pot up to the brim, and then put it in the stove and try to boil it. When the boiling point comes, immediately it will overflow. If you don't want the milk to overflow, generally what people do in villages is that they put some straw on top of the milk. Straws on top of the milk. On top of the milk straw is there, then the milk will not overflow. It will boil, it will not overflow. But because of the foam, milk foam, it is on the top, you can't see actually the straw. It is there already. That is what is stopping the overflow of the milk. Now, it was explained nicely by Srila Gaur Govinda Swami Maharaj that the more and more boiling, the heat is the heat of separation. When the more and more heat is there, then sometimes the straw comes out and you can see actually. Only for a while. After that it goes down. So in the same way, most of the time, you cannot, the acute separation, when the separation is acute, you don't actually see, the gopis headed by Radharani, they don't know Krishna is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They don't know. Because of Yoga Maya is covering. That is, the straw is below the foam. You don't see. You don't know. They don't know. As you don't see the straw, they don't see Krishna as God. Yoga Maya covers. So that they can actually associate with Krishna, dance with Krishna, do everything with Krishna. When the separation becomes more, when the heat becomes more in the milk, then that heat pushes the straw to come out. When the straw comes out, then they see that, hey, this Krishna is like this actually. Now, Radharani is talking about Krishna was Ramachandra, Vaman. It is like straw just coming outside the milk. That time they see this person is actually, so and so. As soon as immediately it goes down, then they forget about it. No, he's our lover. It is again explained by Srila Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj that this knowing about Krishna as Ramachandra, Vamana, it is not their knowledge. They don't know. It is somebody else's knowledge. For example, Garga Muni said that he is as good as Narayana. Paurnamasya said, he was Ramachandra, Vamana and all. So, it is explained that it is borrowed from others' ideas, like you borrow some ornaments and dress. Suppose when you go for a festival or marriage, so everyone comes with all kinds of jewelries actually. Some of them they may not own it actually. Some of them may own it actually. Many of them, they will borrow the jewelry and put it in. अरे कैसा जाएगा थोड़ा अच्छा डालना है चलो रेंट में लेना है ज्वेलरी रेंट में मिलता है वो भी नकली भी हो सकता है they put it and use it for some time and give it back. So in the same way, like borrowed dress or borrowed necklace, so the idea of Krishna's identity is borrowed from Paurnamasya, Gargamuni. That remains only for little while, like a straw comes out of the boiling milk. Immediately it goes down when they understand their position. So in this way, what actually Radharani is talking about is known as apara vichar, apparent consideration. In that apparent consideration, it looks like Krishna is a very bad person. But if one actually does tattva vichar, real truth, then he will know that Krishna is all good. When Krishna was blamed that Vali, why he was punished by illegitimate means, it is actually helping Vali to clear his sins. He is sinful actually. So Krishna actually helped him to clear the sin by killing him. It may be surgical. It's a surgical strike. It's a surgery on his sins. Removing the surgery. It's a tumor, cancer, he removed. Because of which he actually went to heaven. Otherwise he would have gone to hell. It's helping him. Plus, Ramachandra said, okay, next time you come as an hunter, you can shoot at me. So in Krishna avatar, when Krishna was to wind up his pastime, the same Vali came as an hunter. Ramachandra shot an arrow like an hunter, so Vali became an hunter. And he thought Krishna's toe as a rabbit, and he shot an arrow, and the arrow struck Lord Krishna's toe. By means of which, what Krishna has done in Ramachandra avatar is neutralized. He gave the opportunity also, neutralize karo, chalo bhai. So in that way, there is nothing illegitimate about it. And Shurpanaka also, it is not that he disfigured. So he gave an opportunity. Shurpanaka came when Krishna avatar, she came as Kubja. Hunchback woman, Kubja. And she was attracted to Krishna. And she actually, the sandalwood pulp, Krishna entered Mathura, she served sandalwood pulp. Krishna said, I will come to you later. And then Krishna goes to her. By the touch of Krishna, she becomes very beautiful. And she becomes satisfied. So what she could not satisfy in the pastime as Ramachandra, he actually fulfilled it in the pastime in Krishna avatar. It is not that he just left it like that. And Bali Maharaj, even though it appeared that he punished him after taking away everything, that was a befitting judgment for him, because he was not supposed to rule heavenly planet, not qualified. Qualification nahi hai. Unless you have completed 100 Aswamedha Yajna, you cannot. And you have said that you have already done an irreligious activity. To rectify it, you have to be removed, so he removed him. Not only he removed him, he sent him to Sutala and made Sutala more opulent than heaven. Bali Maharaj wanted to become Indra. He said, okay, next Manvantara you become Indra. Gave him the benefit. Until you are there, until next Manvantara, Lord Krishna said, I will stand at your door, make sure that nobody will come and disturb you. Lord is standing as a doorkeeper for Bali Maharaj in Sutala planet. So in this way, not only he gave him also what he wanted. So in this sense, here we are discussing in this verse about Srimati Radhika, describing about Lord Krishna's diplomacy, ungratefulness. In fact, he was very grateful, and he was only making the fire of separation to grow more, so that when Sambhoga is there, it will become more tastier. And he was not harsh with Vali, he benefited him. He was not punishing Surpanaga, she was also benefited in the next life. And he was not dishonest with Bali Maharaj, whereas he benefited him also. So in this way, we are discussing about how the Chitra Jalpa, the imaginative talk by Srimati Radhika in the mood of separation. And in this particular verse, Sanjalpa and Avajalpa we have discussed. There are 10 categories, 2 are in this. So with that, we see that externally, even though Srimati Radhika appears to be accusing Krishna, it is all because of her attachment for Krishna within the heart. Internally she is very attached. Externally she is talking all these descriptions. We will stop here. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Guruji, I have one question. Initially, you started with the Duryodhana. So, in Duryodhana part, so you said कि Duryodhana do not wanted to give even the 5 villages. So we have also heard that the Krishna is sitting in his heart. So he wanted to give that particular land, but Krishna doesn't allow him to give, even though. And one part is Lord Krishna came as Shanti Duta. In other part, we also see in the another pastime in a childhood. Krishna has protected a cow, Bahula one pastime. In a Bahula. So in that, Krishna has changed the heart of a tiger. So if looking at that constraint with a pastime, so why Krishna has changed the heart of, even he can do anything. So why he has not changed the heart of Duryodhana in another way and does not allow to give him that everything is end up in the war?
See, there is a natural tendency. He is from the very birth envious of Pandavas. From the very beginning he was trying to eliminate. It's not, it happened just like that. He was always feeling that even though he was the son of Dhritarashtra, who was elder, because he was blind, he was denied the throne. Whereas Pandu became. And because of which Pandavas are entitled for it. So he was always feeling, why, what is my mistake? ये मेरा बाप अंधा हो गया करके मेरे को denial हो गया क्यों? So he was always fuming inside. So that is his natural thing. If Krishna, if he wanted, he could have. He can change anybody. But if he did it, there are two things. One is it will be interfering with the free will of Duryodhana. You have to naturally take a decision, Free will cannot be interfered with, right? He can help as a witness. He is supposed to be witness. He is not supposed to be an influencer. He is within the heart. But when that living entity wants a particular type of direction, then he can influence. He didn't want. Forget out within the heart. Physically, Krishna is asking, being influenced within the heart is for the high level people. For common man, physical vyavahar, Krishna came all the way to him. What is necessary for him to come as Shanti Dut? He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He denied. So Krishna did not want to interfere with the free will of Duryodhana. That is his nature actually. Why he will interfere with the nature? Plus, Krishna wanted Mahabharata to happen because he has a larger plan. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamagam. How it will happen actually? If he influences. So he left it like that, neutral. He did not make him to be envious, that much he is not doing. That is his nature, not interfering with his free will, that's all. We can't blame Krishna for that.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very inspirational class. Prabhuji, in the case of Bali Maharaj, you were mentioning, actually we see Bali Maharaj is Mahabhagavat, the devotee of Lord. And how he conquer the demigods and this, some contradictory points look, so such pastimes.
All contradictions are apparent. Bali Maharaj is Mahajana for Atmanivedanam. That is, after Bali Maharaj washed the lotus feet of Vamanadev, drank the water, took it on the head, he got purified. And then when he decided to even disobey the order of his spiritual master, because this person is Vishnu, let me give you, making a decision. These are the things which constitute a person to consider him as Mahajan. And then telling that, put on my head, these are the things. Previously he did fighting with Indra, so Mahajano yena kadaso panda, let me go and fight with all my superiors. That we don't have to follow. So there was always a enmity between demigods and demons. They always keep fighting. So let us not go into the detail. So he, in this fight, because what happened, demigod and demon, this enmity is there. Churning was done together, Amrit was taken, and then Amrit was only distributed to the demigods, demon did not get it. This fight is going on. So in this continuous fight, Bali Maharaj was fighting with the demigods, and he occupied, he was defeated, then these people got defeated. It's going on like that. So those things, you'll have to leave it like that. So you don't consider, he is going to become Mahajan, why he is doing like that? We have to take the lesson what is befitting for us to follow in the form of helping our devotional service. So under all circumstances, Krishna should be served. We should give everything to Krishna. That we should take and apply it, that's all. Previously what he did, so many things, that is not to be. In that way, all the Mahajans, if you see, there are so many things, most of them are contradictory. So we cannot apply the Mahajana rule for every activity of the person. That is not possible. You can apply for everybody actually. So what is important here is that Bali Maharaj, even though his guru said you deny, he didn't deny. So that we have to take it. Why? For Krishna consciousness. So under all circumstances, one should actually ready to serve Krishna. That we should take it. Ready to give everything to Krishna. Then Krishna will give whatever, more than whatever you need actually. That Krishna, if we take care of, if we do our duty, Krishna will do his duty. But Krishna doing duty is something extraordinary. And he will be overwhelmed.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you very much for your nice elaboration of the three pastimes. You very nicely explained that Krishna, in all the three cases, even though apparently it was an injustice or some dissatisfaction was there on the part of the receiver, but finally Krishna rewarded them in the next life. For Vali also, he gave the justice, and for Shurpanka also, he gave the mercy as Kubja, and Bali Maharaj also will be becoming the Indra in the next Manvantara. So this gives a nice lesson to us that yes, Krishna may punish us or may give something which may not be palatable to us, but then he will reward us also. But then in these cases, the reward came in the next life. At least I am not so patient to wait till the next life. How we can develop that patience to bear apparent injustices or something not palatable to us?
It doesn't have to be next lifetime always. Right? So, Krishna dealing in these situations are very extraordinary examples. We cannot assume to be going to be the next one after these personalities. They are personal associates having the personal, dealing of Krishna. For us, we have to take lessons from that, how we can conduct our devotional service. Right? So in this way, Krishna rewarding, it is not only rewarding in the next life. For example, Sudama Vipra, it's not next lifetime, same lifetime. Different cases, different way he reciprocates. Sudama Vipra, without even asking, he rewarded him. Same lifetime. So Krishna can choose either to reward in this lifetime or next lifetime, it is up to him. And we have to do our job, Krishna will do his job. Suppose whatever you want in this lifetime, if it is going to be not distracting a person from devotional service, he may reward it here also. Sudama was rewarded, but then he didn't become, overwhelmed with the wealth and became, captured by Maya. Even though he was so wealthy, he was always thinking, oh, Krishna is so great, how did he do that? Wealth is there, he is not enjoying the material thing. He was thinking about Krishna, 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 because Krishna knew that he will be not deviated, he rewarded him. Suppose we want something, and if that something is going to deviate me may not reward. Then you don't blame him. अरे इतना काम किया है कुछ करता नहीं है क्या आदमी है? You have to take it from the revealed scripture that Krishna is always your well-wisher. Period. There is nothing something else. Apparently, whether you appreciate it or not. Doctor may do some surgery. He is doing it for your benefit. You can't blame doctor. What kind of doctor? या मेरे को इतना दर्द होता है ऐसा ऐसा करते हैं. तुम्हारा लंबा वाला दर्द को निकालने के लिए छोटा वाला दर्द दिया है. So lifelong suffering to stop, he may give 1 hour suffering. So you should appreciate. Even 1 hour suffering I don't want. If you say, क्या करेगा? It is due to ignorance that we determine what we want. Ignorance. So if one comes out of the ignorance, he takes everything that Krishna gives as the blessings. He thinks that even if Krishna wants me to suffer, let me suffer. That is what? That is the level of advancement. Level of advancement. So we cannot compare ourselves directly to one of these characters that we are talking about. They are far beyond our expectations. What we are expected to do is we learn the lesson from that and apply that in our own devotional service, which will be in a different level, by the way. Wherever we are in, we take the principles, not directly imitate or directly try to consider ourselves to be like that. We cannot. So we take the lessons from all these things. But what is one thing is clear is, either this lifetime or next lifetime, because we should be also qualifying to go back to Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, cleanse your heart. Going back to Godhead means your heart is completely pure, clean. And if I have not done that, I have a desire, when you think that he is going to benefit you? Why we have to be worried about when? Our job should be, he will be benedicting you 100%. Whether you want that benediction now or not is up to in your hand. Cleansing your heart. You do your job of cleansing the heart, and your heart is 100% pure, he will benedict you now only. Why you are worried about it? Because you don't have next lifetime in this material world, For a person who has purified the consciousness 100%, he disqualifies to be in the material world. So it is in your hand to disqualify yourself so that it will not be in your next material body, it will be in the spiritual body. That is also next lifetime, by the way. Go back to Godhead and enjoy the association of Lord Krishna. That is next lifetime, by the way. But not necessarily to be in this material world next lifetime only. If you don't want to be next lifetime, then you have to do the job of purifying your consciousness. So you disqualify to get a next lifetime, so you are safe. So in this lifetime only he will come and give you rasgulla from the kitchen of Radharani. What's the problem? Problem is here. We are disqualified to taste the rasgulla. How you can expect to be eating the rasgulla from the spiritual world? If we qualify it, even now you can get rasgulla. That is up to Krishna, seeing that you are qualified or not. Our job is to make us qualify. Remaining, don't even worry Krishna will give something or not. Don't even worry. He will give more than what you deserve. Because he is giving from his standard and we are expecting from our standard. A beggar is expecting from a billionaire whether this fellow will give 10 rupee note. He doesn't know that the person doesn't give 10 rupee note actually. He gives only 2000 rupee note. बोलेगा 10 रुपया देगा ही, क्या सोच रहा है? वो निकालता है 10 होगा, कम होगा 10 होगा. Think का, अरे इतना दिया, अरे उनका standard it is insignificant for him. So you want something insignificant from your standard, and he is giving insignificant from his standard. That is why whatever Krishna will give is always more than what you can even imagine. We have to do our duty. Our duty is to purify the heart by chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.